Now shift our attention to China. Beijing is still unable to shake off the pandemic. New infections continue to grow, and the Communist Party refuses to ditch zero COVID. The result is this: a violent backlash against China's pandemic playbook. Reports say yesterday hundreds of protesters took to the streets in Guangzhou. They tore down barriers and clashed with the police. Take a look.
Cordons were dismantled, a police car was violently turned over, and any symbol of the zero-COVID policy was violently removed. Scenes of public dissent are quite rare in China. On most occasions, the Communist Party swiftly cracks down on any protest. But the people of Guangzhou have exposed the limits of the Chinese censorship and revealed the true extent of anger against China's pandemic playbook. The Haizhou district of Guangzhou is witnessing this unrest. People living there were put under a compulsory lockdown. They were forced to undertake repeated COVID-19 tests. Local authorities went to extreme lengths to implement these orders. According to one claim, this included drone announcements. But after almost 3 years of lockdowns and swab tests, these people have lost their patience. Reports say the tensions have been brewing for a while. Most of the people who live in Haizhou are laborers. They were afraid about losing their wages due to the restrictions. Food shortages and skyrocketing prices had further aggravated their concerns. For several nights, the locals tried to reason with the enforcement officials, but on Monday their anger exploded. They aren't the only ones to complain. Chinese social media has been flooded with angry comments against zero COVID. In Beijing's Chaoyang, some of the testing sites were moved. This forced many to wait in long lines for a test. Some citizens took to Weibo to voice their frustration. One of the users asked, "What are working people supposed to do?" Another commented, "What kind of brain came up with this policy?" Chinese censors were quick to wipe out these posts. But China's netizens are unwilling to let go this time. They have resorted to using Cantonese to vent their anger now, and they are not holding back their punches. One post screamed, "The government hasn't provided subsidies. Do you think my rent doesn't cost money?" Chinese officials are clear targets of the criticism. They have been accused of spouting nonsense and directed to go to hell. People are speaking their mind on the streets of China too.
I think the COVID control measures are necessary. However, it doesn't necessarily need to be that strict. Although now the control measure is eased, the low-tier cities will probably not follow the new regulations so closely. The local communities and counties will still probably have strict measures, so now I can't really feel that the policy has been eased.
China had recently eased some of the tough rules. Authorities decided to take a more targeted approach to the pandemic. However, the shift is a modest one. Contact tracing was limited and sweeping lockdowns were limited. But within the new hotspots, there is little relief from zero COVID. China is struggling to contain the pandemic due to a lack of herd immunity and ineffective vaccines. The task to contain new cases might get harder with the rise of new variants. America's public health agency, the Center of Disease Control, is tracking multiple subvariants now. The BQ1 and BQ11 are among them. They make up over 44% of new COVID-19 cases in America now. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.